I'm just going to read through it so I can read the book of Ephesians, just kind of casual reading. But sometimes when you read the Bible, you need to have the idea, I'm going to read the Word now, but I want to really think about each verse that I'm reading. Don't want to miss anything. And see, you can miss this. When you read verse 24, whom God raised up, having loosed the pains of death, and just think, yeah, I bet he was in a lot of pain, because it was not possible that he should be held by it. And not stop and think, hold it. Why would God need to loose or free Jesus from the pains of death? And it may not even dawn on you. Hold it. Pains of death? People aren't in pain when they're dead. Not physically. They're dead, right? And you should stop and think, okay, well, wait a minute. There's something here I don't see then. Why would God, if this is talking about physical death, then why would God need to free him from the pains of physical death? Because after he died physically, he wasn't in any pain. So, the lights go on in your head. Oh, this must not refer to physical death here. What other kind of death is there? Spiritual death. He loosed him from the pains of spiritual death. Loosed him from the pains of spiritual death. What kind of pain would that be? That'd be a spiritual pain. The pain of being separated from the Father. Remember when Jesus was on the cross and he cried out, my God, why have you forsaken me? He was in pain. That wasn't physical. He was in pain. He'd never experienced that before. He was experiencing being separated from the Father, whom he had been one with for eternity past. See, you and I can't even imagine how that felt to him. That was horrible. But he did that for you and me. And then when God made him alive from spiritual death to spiritual life, that's when he got loose from the pains of death. That's when he got set free. Now follow me in your notes here. Let me read to you a few of these translations here. 20th century translation for Colossians 1:18. I'm going to kind of jump back to the verse. Remember, Colossians 1:18 says Jesus is the firstborn from the dead. 20th century translation says, being the first to be born again from the dead. The Knox translation says, Jesus too is that head whose body is the church. It begins with him, since he was the first birth out of death. The first birth out of death. That's good, isn't it? Weymouth translation says, the first of the dead to be born to life. That's for Revelation 1:5 now. Way translation says, the first of the dead to be born to new life.